I have been doing Russian titles. Man, those people, they don't get the correct information. If I could just get one, I'd feel like it was worthwhile. It's the truth. There's this kid from Belarus on last night. Seemed okay, but we were having trouble translating. And later he posted underneath one of my videos that the reason why the maternity hospital was bombed was because Russian soldiers were hiding behind it. Oh, okay. So just it's okay to bomb civilians? You know, like what in the world? What kind of nonsense is that? Now, so anyway, that's what that's about. I figure like any little thing, you can change the mind of one person over there. That could be helpful because one person can tell change the mind of another person. I don't know. The more you hear it, sort of, maybe they'd have a tendency to believe it. That their president is a jerk off. He's lying to them. So I'll answer dog training questions if anybody shows up. But until then, I think I'll just sit here in the sun because there's only one person on here. So, see if anybody shows up. I got Merlin with me. God, it's nice. It is. It's real nice. I got my neighbor's dog is out there. Merlin was running around. He went over towards the fence. But now, when Elvin comes back, I don't want Merlin to move off of this position. So I'm sort of watching Mer, making sure he doesn't. You can see the top of his head, right? That's Murray. So we want to make sure that when Elvin comes back, that nothing happens. God, it's nice here. Another 45 days and snow's gone. Can't wait. Seriously. Spring is awesome in New York. There's already birds building nests and stuff. I got to dig up my garden. I got to get the cultivator out there and dig it up. Plow it under or whatever. I don't know I know I'm going to grow kale again. Lettuce. Spinach is it's a spring thing, so I'm going to grow that too. But, and then back here, I don't know what I'm going to grow. Back here is just always sort of like I don't know. I don't know why I put anything in back here. Wish I had a little pony or a little goat. I have a little goat corral over there. That's more work for me, forget it. Goats are cute as shit. Now here comes Elvin. I'm gonna tell him no if he moves. He's staying where he's at. Elvin's real close now. The owner's walking out with him. He sees Elvin, he's not moving. That's all I want him to do is just stay on position here and not move. Now if he see Elvin's here. He's right next to, he's looking at him. No, sit. He's being real good. He is. Elvin's looking at him. Merlin's not moving. Hi, Tim. Good. Sit. No. That's good. Sit. Elvin's like an Irish Terrier, I think. It's like this, almost like the color of a Vizsla. Something like that. It's a real nice looking dog. He's wicked. He'll take on a groundhog. He's a killer. He'll get a rabbit, a groundhog, It's a terrier. They're all like that, Most of those terriers, like by the time they're 6 months old, they're just hardwired to kill. They'll take a Jack Russell and turn it into a ratter real fast. Like real fast. I don't know if I'd want a ratter though. I'm all for dog hunting, but that's more about like a dog hunting with me. Like retrieving. I don't need the dog to do my dirty work. You know what I'm saying? that's what that is. Like if you say you have cats because you have mice or rats or something. My pit mix is hardwired to kill. I hate it. Is it? What's it go after? Like starts going runs after squirrels and shit. The only thing you can do is like get them real compliant if they do that. They don't have to do it. What's up, Hillsby? Talked to your buddy in Russia lately? Anything that comes in the yard. No shit. What about the what about the chihuahuas? It won't go after another, like a little dog, will it? Will it do that kind of crap? You did good, Merlin. I'm slowly unmatting Merlin. I got a mat splitter, a Furminator mat splitter. Yes, he would kill them. Did the lady take care of this shit? Or is she still letting her little dogs go in there? That is fucked up, man. Why would an owner... Man, the first time it happened, I'd be mortified. I'd be like, oh, fuck. She just throws her little dogs out there and they dig out. That is screwed up. But him, like, it's crazy. Like, sometimes I'll brush him out, like lately. Like, I don't want him to look like just horrible for the owners. They're gonna have to do something, I don't know. But I mean, I'll bathe them and have them combed out when they show up. But he honestly, like, you start brushing him out and stuff, it's just like a fluff ball. I had to cut its head out of the fence the other day because it was stuck. Are you shitting me? That is fucked up. And you told this woman? What did she say? Oh, that rascal. What's the matter with her? That is screwed up. Did she have? Oh, now it's getting cold. Now I'm going inside. I'll bring the stream in. I worked with I've worked with the dogs already. Merlin, here, heel. Ow. So we can. When I pulled the head, hey, here. I told her that my dog would kill it if they found it like that. I bet they would. Merlin, here. Merlin, weave. No. Weave. Here. Weave. Weave. That's pretty good, Mer. Yeah, I mean, the dog's stuck. The other dogs will get excited. That's fucked up. Like that, a lot of dogs would go after that little dog. You know, it caused excitement. The dog would be stuck, and the next thing you know, the other dog. I don't care. I don't care if it's a terrier mix. I don't care, man. Back up, Merlin. Come on, heel, dude. You know that could really be a bummer. And then what do you say to the lady? Hey, idiot. Here's your dead dog. Hang on. Ow, my leg. Come on, Merlin. Dude. Fucking. Here, come on, say hello to them, but come on, let's go. Heel. Okay, let's see if we can do this obstacle course. Merlin, kennel. It's a good dog. Hang on.
Imagine being in high school. You're thousands of miles away from your home and in a completely different country. And war breaks out in your home country. And with little to no ability to speak to your close friends.
I should probably make a coffee.
That's the reality of 2 months.
If I'm gonna get anything done today, I just, you know, I was gonna do Kaki's cage. I don't know if I feel like it though. I'm really tired. Maybe I'll have a coffee.
Jack joins us now.
I just couldn't get sleep, man. Just,
what did these students tell you about their experience?
The gears were rolling.
They're worried, they're stressed out, they're concerned about the images that they're
I watched TV and hope I'd go to sleep, and I wouldn't.
So they're dealing with the stresses of classes, they're dealing with extracurricular activities and social elements, and then They're also dealing with what they're seeing back home.
This isn't a
It's a
Fender
reality
guitar, but
that
I
their
have one for
home
sale
is
if anybody
under
wants
war.
one.
They're thousands of miles away. They have their family back there, and they are worried about them. I want you to listen to what two of them told me about how they're breaking into what they're hearing from their folks back home.
She didn't say shit?
They decided to evacuate themselves because Russian troops, Russian army are coming, and they bombed all tons of landmines here. They're still
Yeah,
draining.
told you so. I told you. You know, but then she's gonna call. It's not gonna be your fault.
Hear other people like saying about it, but they can't know that.
But she'll call the city or something. My neighbor's dog killed my dog. I'd love to have her dogs taken, but it's not animal abuse to leave a dog in a backyard. Well, it's neglect. But I know what you're saying. There's no like nobody. People are gonna say yes. So
On their end, and they don't know if that's because their parents have gotten bombed or if that's just a communication breakdown. Some of them saying that they check the news every 5 minutes, even while in class.
because they pee in the
That's how
house.
they're keeping up with what's going on and making sure that they're.
How old is this woman? Is she ancient?
One thing I should know, Jared, is that they say they've been receiving support
Is she like
from their
80?
fellow classmates and colleagues. Some
I
of
mean,
them told us
if
they'll
she's
use
younger, I
classes
wouldn't
for
tolerate it. I'd do
fundraisers
something.
to be able to
I don't know
send
why.
resources back into Ukraine, but they say they are proud of their country, and they still say some of them would want to go back as soon as they can.
75.
Yeah, great report, and Shaq Brewster, thank you very much. And that's going to do it for this hour. I'm Garrett Hake. I'll be back tomorrow. Deadline White House starts right after this quick break.
She's a nick in it. It's like 50 or so, and she's doing that. She can't fucking housebreak the dogs.
It was proven superior. It helps people stay alive and
Yeah, I said it.
Don't take interest in the pregnant.
Does she work?
Don't take interest
Or she just sits around? She's in your neighborhood, so she's not poor. You guys aren't poor, right?
I'd love to test it. Ask your
Can-
doctor about Entresto.
Tell her she's not poor. Tell her I'll board and train them. Tell her to send them up. I'll whip them into shape. Ralphie would outright try to kill them, but he could hurt them just being a spaz. Would grab them and snap their necks. Right. Big shake. It's done. Huh. Well, that sucks.
This is Beauty, the first and only FDA.
I am fine. I am not a robot. I am not a robot. I'm making a robot. Next time a dog comes, I'm gearing up to make a robot.
Yeah, Beauty helps you see up close.
Yeah, that's right about pee pads. That's correct.
With one drop in
How much does dog training cost on average?
Yep. Like
I'm not going to answer. That's ridiculous.
Beauty's a prescription.
Your hypothetical dog? Well, I suppose different dog trainers charge different amounts.
Beauty with caution in night driving and hazardous activities.
I wouldn't know what the average cost
If your vision is
is.
not clear, do not drive or use machinery.
But if you're trying to get your dog trained, it's going to cost thousands.
Most common side effects are headache and eye redness.
And besides, you're probably only in 8th grade right now, so what's the point? You're not getting a dog. You know what? There's this old adage, if you have to ask how much, you can't afford it.
It's gonna bring the house down. Sorry, I thought this just works well. It's the biggest game of the year. Why didn't we just watch it at your house? I can't. I lost all my sports channels. It was terrible. Okay, it's getting worse.
I used to be ghetto, but it's not that way anymore. Oh, come on.
Not a great choice, though.
Hillsby.
Limited channel lineups are evil, but
You mean back when you were a pharmacist?
channels you want.
You mean back when you were a kid riding your pony?
Take a ride to beautiful Canada Lake.
Not giving you shit, Hillsby, but I mean, come on.
Our 22s are arriving.
Come
We're
on.
offering 0.9% financing up to
You probably got copper pans in your kitchen,
Loyal Mazda owners get $500
right?
Current lessees
Do you like copper? I don't really like them, man. You know the tinning gets screwed up, and then I don't like to cook in them. I bought my house for 150K. Now it's being less. Oh, really? That's a good deal, right? That's quite a. How many years?
Hi everyone,
It's 4 o'clock in New York this afternoon. War in Ukraine, the ongoing
This thing I
Russian
bought
invasion
for,
appears to have reached a
I don't even
deadly
want to
new
say,
stage.
it's
More brutal,
not even
more
close to
barbaric than
150,000.
anything we've seen thus far. Ukrainian officials
It's
today
assessed,
accusing Moscow
I
of a
think,
new
way more than it's
tactic,
worth. But
consciously terrorizing
maybe
civilian
not.
populations, deliberately targeting innocent people in places like hard-hit Mariupol. Hundreds of thousands of
6
people
years.
are
Oh
still
man, that is
trapped there
fast.
with no food,
I was at a
no
bar at
water,
11 o'clock
no
last night in
electricity,
Elizabeth,
very few supplies.
North
The
Carolina.
word
Some chick
hostages
walked
was
in with a
used by
Burmese mountain
Ukrainian
dog. They're
authorities
nice
earlier
dogs,
today
right?
to describe them. Just today, Russian forces dropped
They really
bombs
are.
on what is called the Green Corridor that was designed to
I feel
get
like I want
civilians
coffee.
out of that city.
Should I make a
Yesterday, we shared
coffee?
with you those images of a
Hillsby, should I?
decimated
Hillsby,
maternity
let me tell you
hospital
something.
there.
I got a
Overnight,
recipe for you
ABC
for
News
a
confirmed
really
that 3
delicious
people
coffee.
died
Are you
in the
listening?
attack, including one
Hillsby,
child. The Ukrainians are calling the attack a war crime.
you're a
The
connoisseur.
Russians, in
You're big.
classic
You're a
Soviet-style
foodie.
propaganda,
No, no, no,
insist it
no.
was
Well, I'm
a
right on the
staged
edge of
provocation.
uptown Dallas,
The
so I'm going
devastation
to
in
get
Mariupol
pricey.
so unrelenting
Hillsby,
that they now need
you're a
mass
foodie.
graves
Now I'm going to tell you a
laid to
recipe how to
rest
make
the
a
dead.
really delicious coffee.
Meanwhile, 600 miles northwest,
You want to watch me make it?
for impact. A little more than an
I'll
hour
tell you
ago,
what.
US
I'm going to
officials
take,
revealed to
okay,
NBC
I'm going to
News
go in
the
there and
latest
I'm going to make the
assessment
most
indicates
delicious
that Russian
coffee
forces are still
any
capable
of you
encircling the
have
capital
ever
city
had.
in
All
1 to 2
right?
weeks. They
You
assess
can
it
watch
could
me
take
do
4
it.
to 6 weeks
Can
to
dog training
retake the
techniques?
capital city. And so the urgency
No,
grows
not
to
really.
get civilians
No.
from outside of town into the
No.
city center. That is where our
Humans
colleague
and
Richard
dogs,
Engel
no.
filed this report earlier today.
Different species. All right, let me take it in there. You're going to love this. You'll be going out to the store to get everything to make this. You'll be, oh my God, yum. Hang on. There's some oregano or something in this jar. I'm gonna use this, so let me get rid of this oregano or whatever it is. I don't know what this is. Somebody left this, I don't know. This must be something of Destiny's or something. I don't know what it is. Hey, Destiny. Okay, I got whatever that is out of the jar. All right. Hang on. You're really gonna love this. You're gonna love it. Love, love it. So I'm gonna clean this jar because there's, I don't know what she, oregano or something. I don't know, man. I gotta have a clean jar. You're gonna love it. So this is my recipe. I invented it. Hey, don't do that. Merlin barks when he hears water running. It's weird as shit. Knock it off, dude. I mean it. Freakazoid. He's doing good though. Except for these weirdnesses with the water running. I don't know what that's about. Gets him excited or something. I got him to the point where I can knock on the door. He doesn't do anything, but occasionally, like I'll be in here and I get the water running, and Mr. Dickweed does that bark thing. Okay. Love, love it. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love it. This is my special recipe. Loving it. Y'all are gonna love it. Love it. Love it. Hey, knock it off out there. Okay, so you take your mason jar here, right? What I'm gonna use here, this is the best. This is instant coffee from Dollar General. Okay? Knock it off, Bill. I'll get to you in a minute. This is the brand you want. Because you'll love it. You'll love it. Now I'm going to take 2 heaping teaspoons, right? Or tablespoons, right? 1. See that? 2. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Now here's a secret sauce. Hillsby, you're gonna love this. You ready, Hillsby? This is what I recommend to sweeten it with. Sugar-free breakfast syrup, Smuckers. This is the best. It is the best. You know what you're gonna, when you taste this, you know what you're gonna think? I love it. That's what you're gonna say. So, 2 tablespoons, I'm gonna put about 1, 2, okay? The big secret. This is important. Let me get the how you do this. Hang on. Hey, I'll get you in a sec. Now you got it like that, right? Now what you want to do is you want to put a splash of water in it. Just a splash. Now you can tell as a bartender, right? Absolutely. Now hang on. So you have it like this now, and then you got to stir it up. Make sure it's all kind of dissolved. Scraping the sides of the mason jar. This is the best kind of jar to drink out of, a mason jar. They have them down south in the land of cotton. Okay. Now hang on here. Now, this is important. Watch this. We're going to have put some half and half in here. This is from Dollar General too. I'm going to put about that much half and half, okay? Now, I recommend whole milk, but for some reason we can't get whole milk lately. We can only get 2%. So we'll have to, you could use almond milk or whatever if you wanted to. I'm just using cow milk lately because I love it. But I really love the way that cows are treated, but alright, now this is important. You're not done yet. Now you take it, stir it up real good, right? You hear that? It's ASMR. ASMR. Here, let me taste it. Oh my God, I love it. Love it. I'm loving it. Ow. So there's a recipe for y'all, and I recommend that you do it exactly how I did it. Slurp it up, baby. What the fuck? Still a little bit of love sprinklings down there. Slurp it up, baby. From the woman that... Hey, listen, I looked on eBay. I don't see anything that says private eBay. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, man? You made that up. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you love my channel. You love it. Gargle it for me, baby. Puddin' is a whole lot more quiet than she was when I got to the house. Well, thank you, Toxic. See, I could have stirred it up a little bit better, but I really need caffeine. You sent me a screenshot of private, of thumbnail ad. Where do you find it on eBay? I was on eBay the other day looking for robots. I didn't, I'm making stuff. I'm doing green screen, and I'm like taking old robots and sort of redoing them for the green screen thing. Um, This is on there. I looked. I don't see anything that says Private Bay. You're making it up, man. Is it a different website? Destiny said she'd never heard of it either. She didn't know. We don't know what you're talking about. She's on eBay all the time. She's never seen it. What are you talking about? Where is it? There's a thing. I know there's a thing called Crude Bay. Is that what you're talking about? No, it's eBay, but private listing. Well, then how do people see it if it's private? It's too much dairy. You can make it with almond milk. It's delicious that way. You will love it. You'll love it. You're lactose intolerant, really? Destiny is too innocent. Don't corrupt her, please. Telling her about Private Bay? Well, I did because it doesn't exist. If there's a private listing, okay? Okay, so maybe there's a thing that you could make it private. How's anybody gonna see it? How the hell do you find a private listing, PL? Thank you, Toxic. Toxic gets it. She knows. You gotta go search the messed up stuff. Oh, that's a good one, Toxic. PL knows people in high places, I think. Yeah, well, she's selling toenails and socks and stuff. Bras, whatever. 1999, I typed belly button ring, and it came up with belly button fluff. Then I fell down the rabbit hole. Huh. So, I think I see what you're saying. You make the listing private, but it could be found if you were searching for something. But doesn't eBay have like community guidelines where you can't sell certain stuff like that? That's what I thought. Love it. Yum. Yum, yum, yummy. That reminds me of a story of when I was in Fort Lauderdale. Yum, yum. Yes, you gotta be actively seeking it. Yeah, but if you put something on there that doesn't meet the guidelines, you would get your eBay taken away, wouldn't you? Isn't that correct? Or is this just like anything goes as long as you make it private? That's where I would sell my pubes if I had any. You go look on the community tab and people asking why there is pubes for sale. It's like people who sell visibly dirty underwear and listed under title like tartar sauce. Oh God, man. So foul. I got a unique starter pistol off of eBay once years ago. It was broken, but I thought it was cool, so I didn't return it. Oh, of course, Pigeon Ladies. Yes, Hillsby. Tartar sauce stains. So, I see. I think I'm sort of getting it. Like somebody would sell, like they could, I see. I see. So, like, you could sell panties on eBay, Or retro clothing with holes in the bra so you can see the nipples. PL's totally into this. I sort of get it. I sort of get it. So in your listing, you make it somehow known that like they're dirty socks, but you don't say these are socks I wore and they smell, and you're gonna want to love them, right? Tell Peter what my dad thought. My dad met PL yesterday. PL, tell you'd be as freaky when you do a deep dive. I guess so. So Peter, you can sell homemade condiments, aka mayonnaise, Cane's. That's just wrong, man. Ugh. Well, it'd be fermented by the time it showed up, wouldn't it be? Ugh. Oh my god. People are fucking bizarre. I mean, seriously. Like, I don't know. Are jerk sauce? So you call it homemade jerkin sauce or something? And what is it, like in a little vial? Mine would probably be in a mason jar. Toxic Dad said, pasty is a nipple tassel when it's a puff pastry. Toxic Dad said a pasty is a nipple tassel when it's a puff pastry pie. What? Wait a minute. How did the word pasty, how did that come up? That's gross. Cane's special cream-filled donuts. Is that what you're saying? You can't sell food on eBay, can you? Toxic says this is what the conversation you have with Toxic's dad? How? Why did that word even come up? Oh, well, hi, PL. How are the pasties doing? Oh, do you know what those even are, Toxic's dad? Oh, yeah, those are nipple covers unless they're on a puff pastry. What? My family kept mispronouncing pastry or... Oh. Instead of pastry. Not pasty. A pastry. I'm confused. You've confused me. It's pasty. That's how they say it? Pasty. I'm from the South. I'm gonna have some pasties. Like that. That's how Toxic talks. She's from Alabama. It's going all right, Matthew. How you doing? Sound a little bit like Matthew McConaughey. I'm not gonna even say it, but you know I want to. Hard P with an A-stay. Pasty. I think I get it. What about my green screen? I got shit going on. Want to see one of my new robots? I got a better one upstairs. I got a rusty one. This is the one I'm working on right now. Hang on. I'll show you my robot there, son. This is the one I'm working on right now. Maybe I'll have a pasty later, because that's the way we talk when we're in Alabama. I'm going coon hunting. They do that down there. It's not really a southern thing, actually. They do it in Michigan too. They go. People hunt raccoon all over. This is one of my robots that's gonna be in the green screen.
System check. Arms closing. Arms opening. System check complete.
Systems check is complete. Did you hear that? That was a robot. I'm making my own robot as soon as I get the money to buy me an old Roomba. I need a Roomba that you can steer. If anybody has one and wants to donate it to my art addiction, I would take that. I need a Roomba, you know, that like I made a real big robot. It's about 4 feet tall. You could find it on the channel Robo 5000, and I sort of did like a stop motion thing with them and sung a song. It was one of the first songs I ever sung. You could probably find it Robo 5000 or something. It's on there somewhere. It might be unlisted because all my shit still isn't public because of the stupid Russian hackers. I still haven't made everything public. But what I used to move it around was a Roomba, you know, like a vacuum. And some of those Roombas had a remote controller. So I made it on top of that thing and built it up. It was nice. I'm gonna do it different. I broke it up when I was at the studio. I broke up 2 large robots. One was way too big to, we used a school robot like the Roomba, but you put the code to give it directions. I don't want that one. I want a remote controller. But I had 2 robots, right? I had the Robo 5000, and I just broke him up because that's like, you know, I don't know. I could have just put him out there, but he looked like shit. But like, I don't want somebody having my work that looks like shit. So I broke that one, and then the other one was pneumatic, and you could find that on my channel too if it's available. It's like Adam and Steve or something, and that one looked a lot like, sort of, it's reminiscent of the robot from Lost in Space, and that was totally pneumatic, but it had an arm that came down and then a saw went, it had a grinder motor on it and like that. It was deadly. I was afraid to show it because it had attachments to it, and like, if it went down at the wrong time, it could really fuck somebody up. So I never showed it in a gallery setting because it was like, you know, I don't want to be like Mark Pauline. You know, like Mark Pauline, I get it. I like his work and everything. I think it's cool. But I mean, there's like this element of like, people get hurt. If you have to sign a waiver before you go look at the art, that's it. That's an indication that you're reckless. You shouldn't have to sign a waiver, right? It should be safe for people to be around. It could look dangerous or whatever, but it should be totally safe. Because even if they sign a waiver and they get hurt, you should feel bad, or else you're a fucking psychopath. See what I'm saying? So this one, I'm not gonna do. It's gonna be sort of a hybrid of both those robots, but look more like the Robo 5000. So I'm gonna use a Roomba to. I found one for $75, but I'm like, man, it's been a rough couple years, so I just can't just buy art materials at will. So I'm gonna get the one for $75 that has the steering thing, right? And then I'll build on top of that. So that'll be the motor to get it moving. Now here's the kicker. It's gonna be different in that, like with the Robo 5000, I also had like a cord going down the back, so I could like have its mouth move. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna use one of those, battery backup systems, so that I can have 110 motors that are running in that thing too, and I'm going to control the battery backup system with a type of remote controller that I have. So the whole thing's remote controlled. The Rumba is a battery, and then all the AC motors that are running the arms or whatever I'm going to put on there, even maybe pneumatics and a pump, I'm not sure. But that's all going to be coming from a battery backup system that'll translate it into like 110. I don't want to, I'm not going to put a battery in there and run 12 volt transformers or, it's not, I got this. I just have to I got a lot of the parts. I just can't do it right now. And I'm working on these I'm working on this. I got some green screen stuff coming up. I have that done. That's the outside of a spaceship, right? So, like on the other side, right? It's the inside of the spaceship, right? And this will be painted green. So this will be green screened, and it'll just be the window. So this will look sort of like the inside of a spaceship. So I have to get like a photograph of like the inside of a submarine or something. That's what I'll green screen on top of. And then so like here, like there could be a scene of like one person's on the inside, one person's on the outside. Like I was thinking, like if the person was out here and just sort of like, doing some kind of movement, like real slow motion, like it sort of look like they're out in space floating. I don't know. Well, that's what I'm doing. Fuck it. I don't know. That's how I see it. So that thing's coming right along, but I almost question if I should get one more piece of foam and make it wider so that I could have a wider swath of the ship. Because as it is right now, I'm going to have to like pull in sort of close. And all that is it's a piece of foam from Home Depot. I can't remember what I paid for it. It wasn't too outrageous. But like if I got another one and split it in half and then put half the foam on one side, half the foam on the other side, and then, did the same thing, made it look white with like rivets, something like that. It's coming along. This is what I'm doing, And so incorporated into the space stuff is going to be robots. I have a robot that I made out of a For Real Friend, the teddy bear, Cubby the teddy bear. It's badass. He looks badass. He's cute. He looks cool. But I also have a For Real Friend that I bought like years ago. That parrot, that's a For Real Friend. I stripped the feathers off of it and painted it silver. He still functions. I mean, he wasn't functioning, then what had happened was batteries were left in it. When the batteries, Well, Destiny said all you have to do is like take lemon juice, something acidic, and just clean off the terminals. Now, for years, this is true. For years, I heard once that what happens is that when the battery goes like that, it gives too much of a charge real quick, and it fries your circuits. That's what I was told. I read that somewhere or something. That's not true, because I did exactly what Destiny said. I didn't have lemon juice. What I had was vinegar, and I just took a Q-tip and it just bubbled up, very much like your battery terminal on your car would do. You know how you pour Coke on it to clean it? Same thing. It bubbled up. I let it dry. I scraped it a little bit with like a piece of metal to make sure that it was making contact. I put batteries in there and the damn thing ran. So I had him available too. So, it, if I didn't have anything, if I just had the ability just to make art, it'd be done and shot. But I have to do other shit, so I'm working as quick as I can. It is what it is, you know. So, but I like the way that this is going because it reminds me of printmaking. I was a printmaker before I went into painting. It's weird. When I was in printmaking, I was doing paintings and sculpture. When I was in painting, I was doing sculpture. It's just like each department I was in, I was just like, well, I'm not. I'm just kidding. They didn't care what I did. You know, they didn't give a rat's ass. Except I did get bitched out for using like polyurethane in the painting studio. Like I was pouring polyurethane, like casting it and shit. What are you gonna do? Let's see what results right at. Anthony, I don't know what your problem is. Why'd you get a dog? I'm just curious. Why'd you get a dog if you even have a dog? Honestly, you might not even have a dog. But I've always been like a materials person. I'm never like, not really a conformist when it comes to making art. I'm not the painter that paints with oil paint. I would paint with oil paint. There's a bunch of oil paints here and a canvas over there. I'd paint on it. But I'm not really, it's not really my deal. So that's what I'm doing, green screen. Because it's like a continuation of printmaking, but things are moving. And the thing about it is honestly, like, quick question. We have a wasp issue at that new house. My mom was walking near some bushes near the door of the house, and she got stung 3 times. Nearly got chased. Yeah, go to the hardware store and get wasp spray and spray their nest, and that shit shoots about 10 or 15 feet. Kill them, man. You're down south, dude. You gotta get it. Get wasps. They have stuff that it shoots really far. Take out the nest. That's the best thing that you can do. I mean, some wasps do not fuck with humans. Some bees don't fuck with humans. But if it's one that's like that, she got stung, take it out. What can you do? I mean, you don't want to just be randomly killing shit, but something like that. Find out where the nest is and get it. Didn't you tell me you're allergic to bees? Probably allergic to wasps too, toxic. You should kill them. Goes really far. It's real wet too. It's like you hit their nest and you gotta fuck them up. Sorry your mom got stung. She's a nurse though. She'd know what to do. Man, I hate that. God, I just got that feeling. You know when you get stung by a bee? Man, the hair stands up on I get like this thing on the back of my neck, like, oh God, I'm getting it right now, almost like shivers. You know, my mom is allergic to hornets, but I'm not going to take a risk. No, man, those things suck. Honestly, I don't have any problem in New York State. There's no hybrid bees here. There's a lot of carpenter bees, which are awesome, and they're harmless. You know those things are real big? They're so cool. I didn't know what they were at first. They bore into wood. They're fucking bitchin'. They're big old, like, bumblebee looking thing. Totally harmless. Dish soap kills them, but how are you gonna get close to them? Hillsby, why is that dish soap will kill insects? What does it do? It screws up their outside, like their exoskeleton? Is that what it does? It just like... Why is the title of your video in differently? This one's in English, isn't it? Well, I have been trying to make contact with Russian people to tell them that they're getting hornswoggled. That's it. You know, I was trying to see if I could and we had one kid from Belarus that, like, we thought was okay, but then later he said the reason why the maternity hospital was bombed was because Russian soldiers were hiding behind it. Oh, well, I guess you can bomb it then, huh? Descent could be dangerous, although don't take my advice, it worked for us. It breaks down the exoskeleton. That's on, but like something like an earthworm, it would not fuck up an earthworm, correct? It would be like a flying insect that has an exoskeleton, correct? Because an earthworm is different. Like it. I carry an EpiPen for allergies. See, I've never had to do that. I don't have to carry an EpiPen or anything. The only thing I'm really allergic to is poison ivy. It works on ants too. Yeah, okay, ants. Anything that has like that exoskeleton thing. Huh. Fleas. It's this strange type of flea trap. You could take a bowl of water and you put a little bit of dish soap in it, and then you just leave it in the area that has the fleas, and they jump into the bowl of water. It's even a plate. Put a plate with water in it, shallow water, and 1 drop of dish soap. I have not tested on a worm before, and that gets, you'll find dead fleas in the plate. It does work. It does work. Not a lot of dish soap. It's just a drop. I don't know if the scent attracts them or the water attracts them. I used to comb out fleas and dip the comb in soapy water. My go-to is borax. I'm always killing fire ants. We don't have fire ants here. The only problem that I've had is the last couple of years, I think from the neighbor has a bunch of cats, like was a animal rescuer brought in some homeless cats. We've had fleas where we never had them before, and I'm already giving flea stuff so the dogs don't get it. Cats too, because it's gonna be here, you know. It's just like I'm giving to the dogs. I give Frontline Plus, right? So it kills the eggs too and the larvae. And then with the mango, I give Capstar and a little bit of Frontline Plus. And the cats, I give Frontline, and I also do Capstar. So I'm not fucking around. You can't be getting fleas, because if you get fleas, then you have to worm everybody. One type of flea will give tapeworms, the other won't. I think it's cat fleas, but that doesn't mean that it's something like that. But it doesn't mean that your dog could have cat fleas, and if something like that. It's one of the fleas both your dog and your cat can get, right? And it's just called something, and that's the one that you have to worm, because if it's that type of flea, they can get tapeworm. Interesting fact, fleas that live on dogs and cats, they can bite your ankles, but they can't live on you. Oh, really? Usually that's really safe. It's been around forever. And fleas can't live on like a duck. But there is something called duck fleas, but that's something different. Like Kaki's not going to get that. She's not around ducks. But that's a whole nother thing. And duck fleas or something like that, that can't live on you either. So it's really like, it's a weird thing. Like, here's a fun fact. Crab lice and head lice, totally different. Head lice don't live in the pubic region, okay, and vice versa. It's just a little thing I'm telling you. And there's lice that live on gorillas and apes, but they can't live on a human. Just a little ditty I thought I'd tell you about. It's interesting, isn't it? I never had head lice. I never did. Lots of kids get those, though. Yeah, Ralphie is the only dog I've had that really got sick from it. It's been around forever. It's very rare. It's like 1 out of every I can't remember what I read. Something like out of 350 dogs tested, only one gets sick or something. Something like that. Not that the dog dies. Hang on, I'll be right back. Hang on. Knock it off. I'm really feeling like shit. I gotta get sleep or else I'm just like a wreck the next day. Like, you got a headache? Every time I got a headache, I was in Turkey. The spray I used for bird lice is Johnson Johnson's bird plume. Spray 3 pumps on a bird, and they all gone in a day. I've only had like, not very often. It'd be like finding like like you do. You'll take in like a sick pigeon or something. Like, what are those pigeon flies? Is that what they're called? It's like a weird looking fly. I've seen those. Not on mine. And like years ago, like helping a sick bird. I used some kind of product. Oh, head lice, not headache. Sometimes my family needs to delouse. Oh my God. Really? It's real common in Turkey? You go to Turkey and you get head lice? No shit. How do you think you pick them up? Like, why Turkey? What's up with that? Like, are you on public transportation and you just, God. The rescues come with a ton of them and ticks. Really, I've never seen a tick on a pigeon. That could be the area that you are too. You would think that a pigeon could take it off and eat it. Don't they just remove them? Are they on the head where they can't get them? That's fascinating. Tell me more, Hillsby. I mean, PL. Both of you. That's fascinating. That you've actually had head lice, and you got them when you were in Turkey. Every time you got them in Turkey. I have a holiday there in September. Where? In Turkey? Be careful. But I've never had lice ever, but I bleach my hair. Yeah, that might help. Hillsby, tell us more about the head lice. Well, my family lives in Kurdish area, which is really rural. Hygiene falls by the wayside when you're a goat. I see. Okay. So you're saying if you meet somebody, they might have an odor, like a human would smell 200 years ago, is what you're saying. Where we don't really smell like we did 200 years ago. You know, like, people wear perfume and shit. That's not really the way a human smells. The French invented that crap. The lice and ticks hide under the vent amid wings, and so that pigeons don't peck them. I see. Interesting. I'm glad I got a closed aviary. I do until I find a bird. Like the robins. Baby robins are pretty clean. They all live in the mountains on the Turkish-Iran border in the north. Fuck, really? Do they all do that kind of work? Are they all like herders? You got family members that are herding, or you just have family members that live in that area? That's weird, man. I mean, it's not, but it is. Like, I take it they have electricity? No shit. They got electricity in their houses and running water and shit? Or do they have like outhouses? Active goat herding. Are they, when they herd them, do they camp out with them and shit? There's a dude that has a cooking channel that I think is from that area. I think. Like he's always cooking like giant goat heads and shit. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Cooking on rocks. You know that channel? It's beautiful the way that he does it. It's like, it's fascinating. It's real pretty. He's cooking on rocks and like cook a giant goat head. You know, he's a good cook. You can tell. He knows what he's doing. It's fascinating to watch him, and it's like real rustic looking. It's beautiful looking food. Yeah, they stay out with them for months at a time. I see. Wow, that's crazy as shit. And they have a home base, and is that like a furnished house? Like, is it? You got running water and bathroom and stuff? Electricity, TV. They got a TV. Reception's probably shit. Are they pretty modern though? Do they have, like, everybody got cell phones? My dad was the first one to get out. He got an engine. No shit. God damn. It's amazing he got out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody that's really driven. What's your dad do for a living? What was he, a doctor? The house is running water, electricity, and an outhouse. Your dad, isn't he like some kind of? Is he? Am I thinking doctor or something? And you had a pony as a kid, right? Some kind of professional, engineer maybe. Scientist? Is he like a? Help me here. It's something like that. It's something like. Your dad did not get an education and work at Walmart. He's not like, he doesn't manage a Walmart store. He was an auto mechanic. No shit. No fucking shit. And then he has a daughter that becomes a pharmacist. He owned a towing company and impound yard. No shit. I'll tell you what, being a mechanic, you gotta be smart. You can, I don't know why people think, man, being a mechanic is like, Jesus Christ. Wow. Got the fuck out of there. Got the fuck out of there, got an education, and got his own business. The man, talk about driven, right? It would be so hard because it'd just be so much easier just to fall into. I cried when he graduated. Like a lot. It'd be so easy just to fall in like, well, this is what my family does. We have a business with goats. You know, like, this is sort of easier. It's like would have been your dad's comfort zone. He went totally out of his comfort zone. Like, well, I'm not going to live here anymore. And I'm going to learn to be a mechanic. He learns to be a mechanic and then gets like an impound yard and shit. That's crazy as shit. I mean, come on. That's where he came from? That's got to be a rarity that anybody leaves that area, you know. Rural area and that part of the world. It's pretty weird. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. You know, like, he's like, fuck it, there's got to be something better than this. You know, a lot of people would look at that goat herding life, though, and go, that's pretty good. He was really smart. You have to be to rebuild an engine. Oh, yeah. I've known people like that. This dude that was across the street, like, super mechanical, not educated, never went to school. The guy passed away a few years ago. But Dave, man, I'm telling you, he could have gone to engineering school and just been like, you know, Turkey, if you want to look it up. That's the town that they live close to. Wow. That's crazy as shit. How did you meet your mom? She just chat. Hey, I'm gonna go chat her up. She looks all right. Is there a story with that? It's a real dump. Oh, I bet. I bet that town is like. I can sort of picture it. Like you, like I said, I keep getting lice. Yeah, I can picture it. Like you're in the town and maybe there's a lot of dirt roads, but there would be like some paved roads. He was friends with my grandpa. Like there would be paved roads, but there would also be like some dirt roads, and it would not be uncommon that you might see like some guy chasing after a pig, chasing after a goat, you know? Like here comes somebody with some goats down the street. Right? Like I get sort of pictured. There's a lot of places in the world that are like that. Like Mexico, you go to these like fucking parts of Tijuana, you're like, oh my God. Like it looks so third world. Like you're driving down this dirt road. You know, it's just nuts. Tijuana's crazy because you look out over it and it's just like at night. I was doing mushrooms, so I don't know if it's back in the day when I did some stuff I probably shouldn't, and just like lights went on forever. My dad was a diver in the Navy for 25 years. My grandpa was a doctor in the Navy. But they were both stationed in Washington at the same base. That's how he met your mom. Your dad was a Navy SEAL diver? Is that what he was? Is that what he was? Was he a SEAL or was he just underwater welder? My grandpa was a doctor in the Navy, and they both stationed in Washington State at the same base. And then he saw your grandpa, said, you should come over and meet my daughter. A salvage diver, no shit, that's a dangerous job. Any diving job is dangerous, especially that kind of shit. Yeah, come on over and have dinner at the house. I'm trying to unload my daughter so that she doesn't you know, we don't want her living at home. And he goes over there and they're eating some kind of traditional American food, chicken and dumplings or something, chicken cacciatore. Dad's like looking at your mom. How do you like to go out for some coffee and a piece of pie? You probably picked that line up from Robert De Niro, Taxi Driver. Destiny. Hey, Des. Hang on. He basically picked his son-in-law. That's cool. My dad is Jewish, and my grandpa invited him to Shabbat. That's cool. Right. Right. Your dad's Jewish. Right. And your grandpa's Jewish too. And your mom's Jewish, so he's looking for a nice young Jewish boy. What's better than somebody that has a skill like diving? Man, you could have made bucks doing that out of the Navy. You know, he would have had to have been smart, and I'll tell you why. It's because anybody that they give that job to, the Navy diver, they got to be real high on the ASVAB test. And your dad was a foreigner too. But it doesn't matter in the military. The military will hire you being a foreigner. You could be from areas of the world. The U.S. military will hire you. but you have to take that test. And so he invited her to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young concert, and after a drunken night, oh really? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Why are some dogs not affectionate? That just means a dog didn't bond to you. They're all fucking hang out with me. I don't know what your problem is. Maybe you try too hard. Try ignoring them, okay? Try ignoring the dog. Stop petting the dog. They don't like that. That's an interesting story, Hillsby. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, huh? The dad got boned. It's adorable. And then did they get married? Like what? Like when did they get married? Or did they get married? Why's your dog laying on you? You're not supposed to let your dog lay on you. Get out of here, kid. My dog's form of affection is just hanging out in the same room at my feet. Yes. No, this person wants the dog to dominate them on top of them. When did they get married, Hillsby? In relationship to when you were born, or did they get married? Did they just live together? They got married after my brother was born. No shit. That's very liberal. You know, like they knew they didn't have to really get married. I wonder why they did it. They're like, well, maybe we'll do it. Obviously, some hippiness because they went to a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young concert. So, right? Both your mom and dad are sort of hippies. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. I'll probably live stream later. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you. Stop letting the dog lay on you, kid. Is that what you want? The dog to just lay on you all the time? It's in a dominant position on you. You're screwing the dog up. Okay? My family is liberal. I bet I get that. I believe it. I believe it. I'll see y'all.